You go to pick out or put back your microscope, you have to grab it by the neck and by the neck only, and then you also, because they're heavy, you want to hold it like this, okay? If we see people holding it by the objectives, I mean, I don't know how you're going to do it, you're going to drop the microscope. And then, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to take it off, I'm going to take it, I'm going to plug it in. There's plugs everywhere, it's going to be great. Make sure you also have a note of which microscope you take. So for example, I took microscope number 6. I'm also going to make sure I'm going to put it back into microscope 6 spot. Okay, if we find that microscopes are mismatched, we're going to have to ask you all to. Okay, so all of your microscopes should begin with the ×4 objective. That's because that's how you should store microscopes. You always store it on the lowest objective. In this case, it's ×4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my microscope. The sides of the microscope over here is what's going to play with my light. You don't want the light to be up too high, just right here. You don't want the light to be too high because it will hurt your eyes. So make sure you start a little bit lower and then you work your way through. I'm going to then put my slide by using this little hinge here. I'm going to open it, I'm going to slide my slide in, and I'm still on the ×4 objective, okay? I'm going to put my slide in, and I'm actually going to focus the microscope on the smallest objective first. That's just the easiest way to do it. You're going to be able to find your sample, and you're going to be able to focus on your sample. And then once I'm done, I'm going to go off to the next objective, which is the ×10 objective, by very carefully turning the microscope, okay? And then you'll kind of hear it click into place. Excellent. I'm also going to, again, focus. I'm going to use the coarse adjustment knob and the fine adjustment knob. The coarse is the big one, the fine is the small one. You probably are going to use the coarse one on the ×4 objective, and then from then on you're probably just going to be using the fine adjustment knobs. All right, then I'm going to go to the ×40 objective. I'm going to take a look at my sample. Before putting it onto the ×100 objective, which you will get to use today, I'm going to put it halfway like this. I'm going to take my immersion oil, which you have on each desk, and then I'm going to put it to the ×100 objective. I'm not going to put the oil on the objective. I'm going to put the oil on the sample. Okay? The oil does help for focusing on the ×100 objective. When I do that, I am not going to touch the stage, because if I touch the coarse adjustment knob, it's going to move the stage up, and I can actually crack the ×100 lens, and you do not want to do that. So I'm just going to use the fine adjustment knob to very carefully focus my objective on the ×100. When I'm done with my sample, I'm going to move it off the ×100, and I'm going to use a Kim wipe to very gently wipe the lens of the ×100. You're not going to use your fingers, you're not going to use anything, you're going to use a Kim wipe. Okay? Oh, and last but not least, there's like the stage, I'm just going to put it on the ×4. There's a stage movement, like this guy here. It'll move the stage up and down. It's just here on the side. But again, every microscope's a bit different, so. Also keep in mind that the higher you go in objectives, the more light you're going to need. So when you bring it back, if you ever want to like move between objectives, let's say I want to move from the ×10 to the ×4, be careful when you look in the lenses, because if your light was up, it could really hurt your eyes. It's just really uncomfortable, and then you'll see spots.